I'm going to test some psychological experiments on Minecraft streamers, and specifically Donut SMP streamers. And well, now you may ask how exactly I'm gonna do this. Well, I'm going to be putting them in certain scenarios that are specifically designed to test their brain power, while I'm going to sit there and watch how they react. For example, the experiment number 1 is going to be this. Well, this experiment is going to test how people make decisions when faced with two obvious differences in efforts and rewards. Well, most people are naturally going to assume that the harder challenge will give a bigger reward. So I'm going to do a very simple thing. I'm going to put the larger reward in the easier task. And that's how I'm going to test if they go to the harder parkour because they think it pays more, or if they actually make the smartest choice. Well then, let's call the first streamer.
Yeah, it's good.
After calling the streamer named Bhupal, I explained him everything, and now it was finally the time when he was going to choose himself a path. And as expected, he chose the harder path. Come on. Yo, let's go. Okay. So, the price. Okay, listen. The price for this one was the lowest actually. I was just testing you because the easiest one had a bigger price. Yo, stop, you cannot go there now. And that's how our brain tricks us into thinking that harder things always pay more, which is sometimes true, but also very wrong. So now let's move on to the next experiment. The human brain hates uncertainty, so I wanted to see how long could someone actually stay in a room without any instructions or specifically no information. And after bringing the streamer to this room, I only told him a single thing. But I just want you to not leave this place, okay? I'll be right back, okay? And after that, I hid in a secret place.
Guys, what is this, guys?
And after just 1 or 2 minutes in, I already saw him getting paranoid.
So where did that guy go? He said I wasn't needed to do anything.
And in just about time, he already started getting crazy.
Jingle bell, jingle
Wait, is bro singing?
bell, jingle, jingle, jingle.
And when it was finally time, this was his reaction for seeing me.
What took you so long?
And that right there explains everything. Well, that happened because a human brain hates uncertainty more than boredom. As you can probably tell, he was not bored. Instead, he was extremely paranoid and scared. Well then, let's move on to the third experiment. More like a prank. Well, I'm just going to make the streamer follow me to literally nowhere. And remember, I didn't tell him anything except this. I swear it's not a trap. You have to trust me and just follow me, okay? So basically, he doesn't know where we are going, and most importantly, he doesn't know why he's following me. And the only reason he's following me is because I gained his trust.
Yeah, okay, I trust you.
Alright, let's go. Bro, what a day, bro. Nice weather, bro. Like, holy. And not even lying, bro, this guy actually followed me for 10 minutes straight. And finally, after reaching the end of my path, I left. Well, no, I actually gave him 3 million for his time I wasted.
Yo, Smiley Crit paid me 3M, bro. Thank you, Smiley Crit.
And well, I guess that's how far trust can take you. Well, the next experiment is going to be kinda evil, but I don't care. Well, you see, if our brain hears that someone else picked the choice before us, our brain treats it as an evidence. Well, in simple words, if you don't get it, the streamer has to choose one of these doors. Except, one of them has a difference. Well, I'm going to tell him a perfectly made up story that the streamer I TP'd before him had gone through this door. And well, by seeing that, he is going to choose this door. Well, in more simple words, this experiment is going to test if a little story can make someone pick one option over another, even if both are technically going to be the same. And after explaining him everything, he finally chose the door. And as expected, he chose the door I wanted him to choose. And his reasoning behind it was also pretty simple.
Yeah, well, I chose it because, like, here was already a bit mine. That's why I chose it.
Well, the next experiment is going to do absolutely nothing, and that's the point. I'm going to place multiple identical buttons in a single room and suggest that one of them does something unexpected, and basically none of them do anything. So welcome to the button room, and let's start this experiment. And I basically told him that he has 5 chances to basically choose the right button for a reward, which again does not exist. And well, he pressed buttons after buttons and even invented his own technique to get at least closer to the button. And then he finally pressed the last button. Oh, you lost, bro. You wanna see it? You wanna see which one was it? None of these buttons give you a prize. I was just playing with you, bro. Yo, stop! Yeah, so he killed me.